And thanks for being with us here tonight for the News at 10. I'm Jordan Smith, filling in for Abby Wilt. Tonight, new details on a case out of Nampa where two parents with a history of child abuse now accused of failing to report their newborn's death. Our Derica Kay spoke with a foster mom who's cared for some of the couple's other children. And Derica, I know that was an emotional conversation. What did she have to say?
Yes, it was very emotional. So Delphina Kravkow was a foster mom that she took care of the oldest son in 2019. She told me that the system had multiple chances to prevent the death of the 12-day-old infant.
This was a preventable death.
Delphina Kravkow has been a foster mom for nearly a decade and says she saw clear signs of danger years before this infant's death. She first took in Allison Armenta and Brian Lemke's oldest son in 2019.
There was severe neglect.
Kravkow says the neglect was so extreme, the kids showed signs of physical damage.
There was severe neglect. There were reports that she would claim that she was homeschooling her children, but come to find out, they just sat in front of a TV all day. And it was so bad that physically their muscles had atrophied to the point where they could not walk correctly.
When Kravkow heard the couple had a new baby in 2025, she feared the worst, because years earlier, another infant of theirs was hospitalized.
He was born with a respiratory issue. I'm not really sure what that was, but he was supposed to have been treated at the hospital on an ongoing basis after he returned home. And they neglected to do that to the point where he was aspirating on his food. And the baby was almost starved to death when they did bring him into care.
Megan Hickson, a former friend of Armenta, says that baby, now age 3, was removed for severe neglect. One of her friends adopted him.
Allison also has very prior abuse charges towards animals. And during this whole time when she was pregnant, she kept acquiring animals and discarding them. She's always been like this. It's always been a pattern of abuse. Animals, kids, animals, kids. If it's not kids, it's animals.
She also warned authorities about other past criminal history.
We just wanted to make sure that baby was safe, and we just felt like no one took us seriously.
Kravkow says mandated reporters, including hospital staff, warned the state, but the family left before social workers could intervene.
Just to be clear, we didn't have any evidence of neglect of baby Benjamin. All we had was history, right? And Brian had just been released from jail. He spent, I believe, 6 months in jail for injuring his children. They had lost their parental rights still less than a year ago to these 3 children. And Allison had a probation warrant out for her arrest.
She says living conditions were just as concerning.
They had 3 kids, them 2 dogs, all living in basically like a 1-bedroom camper trailer with no running water or a way to shower or like anything like that.
Despite the couple's multiple convictions for child abuse and multiple requests for welfare checks, both women say nothing was done.
We are shouting off the rooftops, like, please help this baby. We know this baby is in danger. Apparently a call was made to the Department of Health and Welfare. Hey, can we get a safety assessor out here? And from what I understand, Nampa Police was told that it was a low priority case. It was not a high priority case for them. Days later, the baby was dead.
Nampa Police say on December 16th, that baby was found unresponsive and died likely from suffocation.
And so it was just heartbreaking to know that despite our best efforts to keep this baby safe, the system failed him. Nobody took us seriously enough to know that we know this baby is in danger.
Allison Armenta and Brian Lemke are in custody as the investigation continues. Armenta's preliminary hearing is scheduled for January 7th, while Lemke's is set for the 13th. In the meantime, the foster moms and Hickson are now looking forward to the 2026 legislative session to push for a new proposed law that will require automatic intervention when parents with serious child abuse histories have another baby.